Christmas was something we didn't expect. Christmas was something that me and Rebecca, we drove up to the hospice every day, and as much as we felt like the hospice was a second home, we were
did
still
call it hospice, sweet hospice.
Yeah, we were still really scared about the thought of actually going in on Christmas Day. It was something that we didn't want to do. We didn't want to go in on Christmas Day.
We went in and he was wearing a black shirt, and then he had his Christmas tie.
Yeah, Christmas tie.
It did play a song. We would always have chocolate coins hidden on the stairs and our presents down here. And we were like, oh, what's going to happen this year? Where's Father Christmas going to go? But Father Christmas ended up getting to the hospice before we did, and our presents were there. So we were able to open our presents with Daddy. We opened them on the floor and he was sat in his royal chair. So
right. His spot.
But because no one thought that he would make it to Christmas, when he did, on Christmas morning, all of the staff went into his room and they knew how excitable he was, and they all went in and said, John, it's Christmas. And apparently everyone was there and everyone gave him a big kiss, and he gave the most beautiful smile anyone had ever seen. And I think that was one of their favourite things ever about Daddy being there, was that smile that he gave on Christmas morning.
Yeah. Once again, we weren't expecting to have a Christmas meal, because every year we have a Christmas roast and we'll have all the family around. But then they said, we've got a bit of a surprise for you, and they said, we've set up a table for you, we've got a Christmas meal, and we've got some alcohol if you'd like it.
He was so determined.
He was so determined that he walked all the way down to the furthest room and in the hospice, and we sat down and we had a meal together.
And he nearly fell asleep in his pudding.
He did nearly fall asleep in his pudding.
However, it was really lovely. And they all knew how special it was as well. And I think even though they were missing out on their Christmas lunches to be looking after us, they were loving that they were kind of part of ours.
Yeah.
And they gave us our food. We felt like we were in some top class restaurant. We went back to the room and watched a Christmas film while Daddy conked out in bed. And then someone came round with the normal tea little trolley that usually came round, apart from they were asking if Daddy wanted alcohol. So,
any sherry or something.
Yeah, so there's a picture of Daddy that I've got, just with a little Christmas hat on, his Christmas tie, chilled out in bed with his little sherry.
It was the last Christmas we had with him, but it was one of the best.
Yeah, it's very memorable.
It was very, very, very genuine and warm and happy.